can... Oh, push the button. Okay, everything looks like it's working. So knifing, been a bit of a wild trek figuring out my next game for Saturday. Parasite 2 was on the list. There's a few things. First off, on the main, I know you've noticed, I'm temporarily not a Hrothgar, just for kicks. But a side effect of that is my normal... Get out of here. I'm in the hot springs. The side effect of that is normally I sort of make a little fun game for myself playing dress up and then cutting it out and making it a PNG for this. And I kind of can't do that until I change back, and I'm not going to change back at least for a little bit. So for Parasite Eve in particular, Aya has a pretty cosplayable outfit. I actually have to look into it again. I thought I knew what I needed. I don't want something from the cash shop, but I know there is something from the cash shop that would just be like cut and dry. This is Aya's outfit. So the long and the short of it is that I guess I could theoretically Fantasia over, do a bunch of dress up, and then Fantasia back, but then I'm just burning 2 Fantasias, which is not terribly financially sound. Part of me would just be like, screw it, just do it anyway, and just pick up everything off the floor. And then there is a game on my wish list that went on sale, and I told myself, as soon as this game goes on sale, I'm buying it and I'm playing it, because it's like 95% made for me specifically. But more like 80%, I'd say, actually. But that's a pretty high percentage. We'll go with 80. We'll go with 80. It's like the 20% is that there's no furries in it. Actually, I take that back. There might be furries. It may ratchet it up to 85% when I'm not looking. We'll see. Anyway, I did talk to Tattoo about this offline, and he's interested in Parasite Eve 2, but he's not actively engaging it. So, Parasite Eve 2 may be back on the menu. I have not played Parasite Eve 2 in 16 years. Been a burning hot minute. I had the benefit of watching Tattoo play the first game, which sort of scratched the itch, and I reminded myself of all of it. But well, anyway. So it will be Parasite Eve 2 next. It might be next. I'm trying to play a little loose these days, keeping it chill. They're very stressed out lately. But yeah, I'm Alizen now. I will make a return to my dearly beloved man Hrothgar. But just not now. And it does, again, it makes playing the little dress up challenges I make for myself slightly awkward. I do have, I have a few more Fantasias, but again, like, because they're cash shop things, well, you can get 3 of them in the game without paying a dime, but still, like, one of the ones I have, it just costs money, and I'm like, I don't want to just piss your money away. Bad form. It's a good thing to keep an eye on for when they go on sale if you're really into that sort of thing. Normal price isn't too bad, but it's still like, I don't know if I should just be throwing money at it. Animation Blade Warriors is... Oh, there it is. I will say that Parasite Eve 2 has a higher chance of being played than Blade Warriors. Maybe after what we're doing next. There's a few things about Parasite Eve 2 that I just flat out don't remember. But what I do remember is once you got a solid slug shotgun, you were a god who walked the earth. Felt good. So it may actually, well, we'll see. We'll see. Gotta get it first. know I could actually play it on play it on the retro hardware itself. I think. I mean, it worked for the PS2, but I sort of was holding my breath the entire time that the PS2 wasn't going to croak. I do have a PS1? I don't know. Or you just emulate it, dumbass. Or you could just emulate it, dumbass. Anyway. We're here in Kugane. We're on vacation. We're feeling good. We're looking good. But I suppose we should actually go back to the MSQ. So, let's do that. There we go. Got them Zodiac weapons, I see. Oh, by the way, bam. I hit level 70. So I ran a little late because we was running Siren Song Z, and one of the reasons I wanted to do that was to get to level 70 so that I could bust this out. And looking good. Bothers me that there's no like guard on it, but it's fine. Looks badass. Basically everything that comes off of Tsukuyomi is just straight fire. Hey, look, guys, it's Sunny Scrambles. Anyway, yeah, that one. So, last week, we got our butts kicked by Xeno so hard we decided to run halfway across the world in order to avoid him. Yeah, just watch your fingers. It does. It bothers me. It's just like you just slip it. There is like a faint like something there, so you can't just slip it by mistake. But still, it's like just a little bit of a guard. What if somebody slips a blade at you? I'm not testing anything. They might let you go to other zones. They may block you. Oh, Tatara's seasick. I'm sure the internet knows. Alpha Node also doesn't like boats. Hello, Lise. Oh, they're talking with town. And thank you, Caravalian, for the ride. Congratulations, you now stand in Kugane, the western port of Hingashi. Regrettably, the only port in this nation open to foreign trade. Oh, and I do apologize for the unforeseen difficulties which befell us during our journey. Needless to say, your assistance to overcoming them was much appreciated. Oh, outfits. Which one's the most money? Any of these. Oh, hang on a minute. Survivor of the song. Not cooler than Unbeliever. It's time, ladies and gentlemen, for one of my favorite characters in the game. Glad though I am to have arrived, I remind you all that we are far from home with limited resources at our disposal. Duly noted, I shall take care not to enjoy myself. In any event, Doma is our final destination. Our first order of business would be to secure passage there. Captain Caravalian, I realize you pledged only to take us as far as Kugane, and I have no desire to change the terms of our agreement. I should, however, be interested to know how you would go about reaching Author were you in your position, or in our position. At the risk of stating the obvious, you're in a port. Surely there is a kind and generous soul here who will aid you for the right price. You cannot be the first traveler taking passage to Doma. Captain makes a good point. 'Tis like that you, Giri, and Gosetsu were forced to come here for the self-same reasons we were. They must have found a way to Author, assuming they are not still in the city. We'll find some friends. And the Garavelian can direct us to the nearest tavern. Just for a drink, you may find one in that large building just beyond the pier. Meanwhile, there's some lunatics trying to climb the outside of the building. Whether your journeys have come to an end or are about to begin, the Shiokaze Hostelry is the ideal place to sit and relax, so they say. With that, my dear scions, I bid you farewell. As soon as we have replenished our supplies, we must away. Ours was ever a fast-moving business. A spice trade, you mean? But of course, surely you do not think I traveled halfway around the world and delivered you to your destination solely out of the kindness of my heart. Perish the thought. Thank you, Captain, and may the Navigator watch over and keep you. We're going to be kept by the Navigator. Nobody mentioned Thalia. You will summon him. Let's go to the hostelry.
By the 12. I thought Ishgard remarkable, but this... We are certainly not in Eorzea anymore.
A tavern is a tavern, Alphino, here or anywhere else. Now, if you'll excuse me, it's time to do what I do best.
Oh, 1,000 pardons, my lady. The signs of the 7th dawn, I presume. I hope your voyage was not too trying.
Tim.
And you are?
Ah, yes, of course. Forgive me. Hancock of the East Aldenard Trading Company, at your service. On behalf of Chairman Lolorito, I bid you welcome to Kugane and invite you to take refreshments at our local offices.
Lolorito? I was aware his interests extended beyond the borders of Eorzea, but not so far as Kugane.
He's a rich potato, Alphino.
Regardless, I am disinclined to accept the hospitality of grinning merchants, especially those who serve a master with whom we have such a difficult relationship.
My, such naked suspicion. I do hope that business with the Crystal Braves did not rob you of all faith in your fellow man. Or do you really think the chairman is plotting to drag you into another one of his grand schemes?
He just takes the knife, he puts it in you, he pulls it out, and then he sort of just like presses the blood off your shirt.
I beg your pardon? If you are trying to win my trust, you are failing quite spectacularly.
Oh dear, have I offended you? Once again, I must apologize. Too much time in the Far East, you see. One is compelled to talk in circles round everything here, and one finds oneself longing for the invigoratingly candid speech of the Uldan markets. Though I see now that this was neither the time nor the place to indulge said longing. Might I suggest that we continue this conversation at the company offices? Too many eyes and ears here, you understand. 'Twould be decidedly reckless to say any more.
Hancock is like the coolest cheeky bastard in this game. All he does is talk shit and then give you the biggest grin. Also, he has those sunglasses. When you see my main running around and wearing those sunglasses, it's because of him.
If I may favor you with the invigorating candy you apparently crave, it would be decidedly reckless to follow a man I neither know nor trust. Give me one good reason why we should accept Lord Lolorito's invitation.
Now there's the young diplomat I was told to expect. Very well then, I shall explain. You understand that you are come to a most reclusive and secretive nation, yes? One whose borders are closed to foreign trade save at this single port. Then it should come as no surprise that a great many parties have vested interests here. Merchants like myself are a given, of course, but for every one of us, you may be certain there is also an agent of a foreign government. Many notable nations and empires have embassies here, you know, including, of course, the Garlean Empire, with whom you have such a difficult relationship?
Kojin cameo.
To paraphrase, Kugane is teeming with Imperial spies, one or several of whom could now be listening to our every word.
Something to that effect, yes. Beneath this veneer of bustling trade, a war for supremacy is being waged between world powers. One might say we were standing on the front lines, just not in public.
I still have my doubts, but he may have a point. I say we accept his invitation for now.
Oh man, I've been waiting all week to talk to him. Yep, Tara doesn't trust him one bit. Dude, Alvin has met his match. Imperial spies everywhere. Not wrong. Alfino is hustily bustily. You must be Viola Cheshire, slayer of gods, rider of dragons, savior of Isgard, stealer of pants, if some of the more puzzling rumors are to be believed. Fun fact, you actually do steal someone's pants. So, for a while that line confused me, but it's accurate. Ali say also, these are the good things that come out of Stormblood. Ali say comes with some patch content, which is why the Heavensward patch content is the best in the game. But yeah, now we get her in full bore at all times. Just cutting through all bullshit at all times. It's good. I knew it. May I say what an honor and a pleasure it is to make your acquaintance, my lady? I just know you and I are going to get along famously. Alright, now we're going to go to the company offices. First visit to our fair city, I shall make an effort to point out various landmarks along the way. It is our capital city tour on the MSQ, so we don't get hopelessly and needlessly lost. Anybody doing the jump today? I don't see anybody. Also, no, I did not get the landmark on top of that tower. I have not unlocked landmarks. I have never gotten this landmark, and I never will. Ever. I'm just not worthy. Tara's getting into the gossip. Even the Aetherites look different here. They look different in frickin' Girabania. Go Hancock. Attention, you're now standing in Tenkanto. Ooh, got a fire breath and Midgard Stormer. Mild spoilers. There is a scene in the Heavensward neck of the Manderville questline. Theoretically, I'm trying to think actually. When we got all of the outfits up to this point in the game, I think they were handed to us. So like the Imperial outfit was given to us, the dirty beggar clothings that we wear were given to us. Yeah, it was the I think we might have pinched a few outfits in the future, but at that point that was the time. And it's a throwaway line, it's just for fun, but I'm like, oh wow, it may actually be true. Because I think I did this and then I did the Manderville. Like I came back to the Manderville a little bit later. If you translate it, they mean Spire of Drifting Souls, which, as some of you may have decided, makes reference to the Aetherite which stands over yonder. It looks different. Various Aetherite technologies have a long and storied tradition. I assure you, this particular example is constructed by the Ani Shishu, a collective of skilled craftsmen who guard their ancestral techniques with the utmost secrecy. In short, you'll find it no less reliable than its Western counterparts. Oh, we're getting fending bases. Still 61, so it'll be a little while before we get to Susano. We gotta learn about the Confederates, and then we get to learn about the Kojin, and then we get to learn about the Witch of Doma, and I think then, yeah. So it'll be a bit of a while. Even though it may be, we cannot spend all day staring at the aetheryte. Unless move along. Thank you for checking in. I tuned in everything earlier, off stream. I did a bit of a run around while I was selling things. Oh no, it's someone's side chick. How brazen. And that is a hot mess. We found the funny names again, guys. God bless Kraken. I'm not gonna just talk to everybody every step. Let's just get going. Largest shopping district in Kugane, Kugane Dori. Kugane, as you're so doubtless unaware, is an ancient Hingan word for gold. So in this prosperous port where golden fortunes are made, lesser fortunes, or Kogane, are earned by the local merchants. All quite logical once you learn the language. Tatara hears about money. Pleasure it is to meet a young lady who appreciates the value of hard-won coin. Hancock at the East Elnar Trading Company, you were with clients today. It is Master Kaiten. Play allow me to introduce you to my esteemed guests, but recently come from distant Eorzea. Kind and generous soul supervises all transactions in Kogane Dori. He's the market dude that you run into in the various quests in the Eorzea. Overseer of the markets. Also, he dresses cool. Receive many foreign visitors. You accept all manner of currencies. Rest assured, your Eorzean guild is welcome here. I invite you to peruse our wares at your leisure. They make a point of always getting ahead of the "do you take gil here" question. Pretty much every time you run into a foreign currency. I forget what they do when you go to the first. I think they just also use gil there, or maybe it's like it's all the same. It boils down to don't worry about currency, except for the 50 different currencies that you use between tomestones and anchors and unidentifiable ores. Anyway, gil's the one you'd probably be most interested in, so they let you know. It's fine. We take gil here. Yep, this is the markets. We found the markets. Now we're over here. This stretch of road right here has like a dozen quests in it. Like you go over here to get glasses. And then there's an auction here for something else. Society tokens, yeah. It's always amusing. I mean, this is not unique to 14, but just when you're walking around a place and you're like, oh, you come here for the side quests, like 5 of them. That was happening in 16, actually. Everybody kept going to like one specific warehouse for side quests. I chuckled to myself about jokes that I talked to myself about and no one else. Anyway. This road leads to the Ijingai, a district where the Ijin, or foreigners, are permitted to reside. There's surely an embassy on the right, actually. Also be where foreign embassies are found, including that of a certain empire. Precisely. So you see, it would not be at all unusual to cross paths with one of our Garlean cousins here. With this in mind, I would encourage you to choose your words carefully. You do not want any physical altercation, after all. Such spats are being strictly forbidden. The Seki Segubi punish breaches of peace quite severely. I have seen foreigners permanently exiled for a single violation, though to be fair, this is not common. More often than not, they are executed on the spot. Cut down then and there? You're joking, right? Would that I were, but alas, the samurai are a humorous lot. Why, I recall one instance where a foreign merchant and his cups dared lay hands upon a Kugane aristocrat in front of a Sekisagumi. The samurai cut him in half with a single stroke. Samurai are cool guys. Maybe you would be interested in the new class in Stormblood. As you see, it would behoove you to behave. Failing that, we may be forced to part ways with one another, or you with yourselves in the matter of the late Teleji Adeleji. Again, knife, stab, remove, clean wounds. Continues talking. Oh, how I amuse myself. But we must carry on. I have yet to show you the Garlean consulate. Hi, Festus. Did you lose a bet and you had to be called Festus? Savage. I don't think you deserved it. Buildings full of Garleans. Some might call it unwise to loiter outside the gates of a hostile empire's consulate. Alice, God bless. Whenever there's a chance to talk to Alice, it's a good shit. Yeah. This is me to surmise the consulate of you-know-who. Mark the guards at the gate. Are their uniforms not different from those you've seen in the West? Were you to travel far and wide, you would find that many such variations exist, often inspired by local designs. All of which goes to show that even a massive empire seeking to rule all of creation is not without its artisans. Hancock seems to be quite pleased with himself. Bless you, Hancock. There's so much more I could speak of, but the soothing waters of the onsen, the ephemeral delights of the pleasure district, but you are doubtless still weary from your long sea voyage. Let us retire to the company offices. Teleji is as a character is fascinating because at this point in the story, you hear Teleji, Teleji is also an interesting character. Lolo Rito is a very interesting character because at this point in the story, you are like, oh, this motherfucker, and you're pissed off. But what's going on in behind the scenes, and you sort of start to get this in Heaven's Word when Lolo Rito goes over to Robon. And he's sort of like, yeah, this got out of hand. This is pretty bad. Let's just shake on it and pretend it didn't happen. At that point, you're sort of like, well, he's just trying to cover his ass for screwing up, and you didn't actually really believe him. But Lolo Rito did actually think that this got a little too out of hand, and did actually feel bad for what happened. There's a bunch of side quests where he's sort of just like, okay, maybe I was a little too evil. I'm still evil, mind you. I'm a rich bastard potato, and I'm going to have every single guild that exists in the world. But, no reason to get out of hand about it. I am still waiting for the trade wars between Lolorito, Rowena, and Tataru. In which case, it'll be like Amazon and Walmart just killing each other in the streets. This is what Borderlands is actually trying to warn us all about. Anyway, I'm on a full-ass ramble now. Humble offices. Coordinated bow, very nice. We have much to discuss, so I'll refrain from further prattle.
Our thaumaturges took great pains to ward these walls against all manner of surveillance. Where business dealings are concerned, we do not compromise on confidentiality.
Could have gotten black mages.
You may avail yourselves of these offices for the duration of your visit. Come and go as you like, and know that you may speak freely here.
Your offer is most generous, but I will not enter into any agreement which would leave us beholden to you or your master.
A legitimate concern. Allow me to clarify then. The chairman bids you consider this as an expression of his heartfelt contrition for the bloody banquet and the unpleasantness which followed. Never having been one to put stock in words alone, the chairman deems the provision of material aid to be a more appropriate demonstration of his sincerity. By sheer coincidence, your purpose here also happens to coincide with our own interests. That is, assuming you are come to aid the Doman Liberation Front.
Knife.
How could... I will not bother to offer a denial. You have the right of it. To be specific, we are come in search of our Far Eastern allies, Yugiri and Gosetsu, whom we hope to assist in their fight.
The Aori Shinobi and the Rugadan Samurai? Then you will be pleased to know that they have both come to Kugane.
Are you sure?
Quite. They came here aboard a company vessel, you see. However, they encountered difficulties securing passage across the Ruby Sea.
The Ruby Sea? Sorry, I've never been any good at geography.
Oh no, they're gonna pull the map out.
Forgive me. This calls for a map.
14 just loves their map sequences.
We are here in Kugane, the sole open port of Hingashi, situated on her western coast. Doma, meanwhile, is here on the eastern coast of Otherd in Yansha. Therefore, if your friends are to reach Doma, they must first cross the Ruby Sea. Alas, this is easier said than done, as the Ruby Sea does not fall within the dominion of either Hingashi or Doma, being controlled since antiquity by a third party, namely the Confederacy. Said maritime collective is known for the consummate skill of its sailors, and for demanding that any vessel entering its waters pay a toll referred to as the Ruby Tithe. In exchange, the Confederacy's vast fleet guarantees the safety of those who travel within its territory. Now, as I'm sure you are aware, Garlemald conquered Doma some 25 years past, at which time the Empire saw no value in controlling the Ruby Sea, and thus did they turn a blind eye to the activities of the Confederacy.
No frames dropped for me, at least according to OBS.
The recently appointed acting Imperial Viceroy of Doma had other ideas, however. She has formally condemned the Confederacy and declared that any who recognize their authority shall be branded enemies of the Empire. Bowing to this pressure, Hingashi severed ties with these toll-takers and forbade the payment of the Ruby Tithe, prompting the Confederacy to make it known that any merchants choosing to sail the Ruby Sea would do so at their peril.
No wonder they struggled to secure passage to Doma. What captain would risk such a journey given the circumstances?
I am told your friends were not so easily deterred from their course, but I know not whether their persistence bore fruit.
I say we follow in Yugiri and Gosetsu's footsteps and attempt to secure passage to Doma for ourselves. We will need to cross the sea in any case, and we may learn something of their whereabouts in the process. And should we find that they are still in Kugane, we can make the journey together.
In that case, I have some information which may be of use to you. No quid pro quo, I assure you. The chairman was most insistent that I aid you to the best of my ability.
Look at that grin. Shit-eating grin. Tamugal. I fits, I sits. Anyway. Not sure I imagine our time in the Far East unfolding, but it definitely didn't involve Uldans, and especially not these Uldans. Still, whatever works, right? Not exaggerating, we spoke of the words efficacy. Whoever wove them did so with consummate skill. Hello, Snooty. Oh, this place takes me back. It reminds me of the workshop of an Uldan lapidary I once served. Must confess, I'm an avid collector of all things Far Eastern. See for yourself. I insist. Sluck. Yes, look at this Far Eastern artifact. Anyway. Yes. I also love the... we love our potato sack so much we're going to put it on a rack. Also, I think that's a variant of the fending armor you get for doing the tutorial stuff. He's got some cool stuff. Oh no, I don't talk to you, sorry. I don't talk to you. Shit giving. Valid. Although I'm reluctant to take any action whatsoever that could be construed as placing ourselves in Lord Lolorito's debt, we must avail ourselves of what means are available. Yeah, low poly version of some ARR armor, which looks like it's been cleaned up. Actually, I want to look at that. Alamegan allies place their faith in us and do not intend to disappoint them. Yeah. Yes. So I wonder if these looked worse before the graphical update. Like, maybe they did look like trash and then that was the joke, but it's not the worst looking. Hang on, what is the... There it is. Let's get our faces in there. It ain't bad. It's not awesome. I think for some of it, they just sort of upscaled the resolution on the textures, but they didn't like clean them up. It's a gun. Used it as a glam when I was leveling tanks for a while. This one, yeah, this one's strong. There are a few Morel Reborn armor sets, just like for everybody, that like it hits a certain simple but still looks good aesthetic. It's clearly not some, you know, we're not looking at some Hellfire Citadel tier sets here, but you know, still good. I also like, there's a glam for every occasion. There's a transmog for every occasion. There's fashion. It's fashion, guys. This is what it all boils down to. You gotta look good or there's no goddamn point. Video game after all. Time for Alfino to bust out his drawing skills again. Does he do this once in expansion? I'm trying to think. He did in Heaven's Word. He did some sort of a drawing, and then everybody's just like, "Oh wow, you could do drawing," and he's like, "Yeah, I did that stuff back in the day." And then here he does a drawing, and then in Shadowbringers, him being an artist is kind of an important plot point. Does he do any art in Endwalker? Because I'm pretty sure I think he breaks the streak when it comes to Dawn Trail, but maybe he broke it in Endwalker, and at that point he just said, "Never mind." Help me keep an eye out, everybody. Keep an eye out for Alfino drawing random crap. Or being an artist. Which is never used except for plot convenience, which is actually kind of frustrating. Because there are people who are like that. You don't remember any Endwalker art? Yeah, I don't either. This is just a personal grievance, because I know people who were just like, "Oh yeah, I could draw every once in a while," and they'll just like bust out some of the coolest shit you've ever imagined. And back in my day when I drew a lot more often, I'm like, son of a bitch. I work my hands to the bone for something that looks barely not like shit. And this person just like, every once in a while I'll just get the itch to do it. And it's like some freaking masterpiece. It's so frustrating. Anyway. Another ramble. I'm just on a horrible, horrible bent. I'm sorry, everybody. It's just gonna be one of those days, I guess. I'm just so excited to be in Kugane with Hancock. Can't help myself. Just rambling. Anyway. We're going to split up and pursue all available avenues of inquiry. But for to coordinate our efforts effectively, we'll need to establish a working base of operations. The Tataro seem best suited to the task of organizing our supplies and procuring new ones. Pictomancer's fun, man. I'll see tents to that. We four can begin our search by questioning the individuals Hancock identified. Alice and I'll take those in southern districts, and the two of you could take those in the north. Anticipation of just such an eventuality at your liberty of preparing some few sketches of Yugiri and Gosetsu during our voyage. There it is. Ta-da! Wow, Estola warned me that you were a bit of an artist, but these are great. They'll definitely come in handy. Two of the coolest bastards in this game. Alright, Lise, let's go. Let's go get in trouble with a fish. Trying to think. Are the Namazu the best society quest? Quite possibly. This is the best and the worst introduction to Namazu you could expect. Because it's like, here are these here are these con artist slime balls, yes. But you have to understand they're also incredibly stupid. And you don't get that second part until a little later. Alfino's sketches are so, I don't know how to put it, but they're very, well, see for yourself. They're good. Review Alfino's sketch at any time during this quest. Ta-da! Our artist worked hard on this. Looks more like them than they do. Honestly, you can make a living doing this. Elise! Ah, sorry, no time for distractions. Why don't we start by visiting Karaku at the onsen. The item description is a surprisingly accurate depiction of Yugiri and Gosetsu, once again suggesting that Alfino may have mistaken his life's calling. Shirogane, that's the housing quest, so we're not interested in that. Nope. This one. That is an interesting after the fact thought that Alfino being a pictomancer would have made a lot of sense considering his artistic background. From a meta perspective, he's sort of pigeonholed into healing. And so they gave him the Sage, and then they tied Sage into Charlian and into his dad, and they made a whole shtick out of it. So to be fair, Kryl was a healer, and then went DPS, which is also what Estola did, but Estola just could still be a white mage if she wanted to, because Estola's a badass, and she doesn't believe in rules. Burns, cuts, embarrassing rashes. There's naught that the mystical waters of the Bokaisen hot springs cannot heal. Ho! What is that in your hand? Rude, but guilty as charged. I don't know if you noticed, but Midgar Swimmer had a good chuckle at that. Seek this aura and this Rogadin, do you? 1,000 apologies, but I cannot help you. It is against our policy to divulge information regarding patrons, past or present. Blease doesn't want it. We have a reputation to consider, miss. Men and women from all walks of life come here in search of rejuvenation, body and soul. They seek privacy and discretion, and we have ever honored their wishes. Only the Seki Segumi may demand otherwise. I am sorry, but there is naught I can do. It's a nice inn if you want to go to the inn. Yeoman bow. Eastern greeting. I think you do eventually get that emote. I forget if it's off the beaten path or if it's part of the main story quest. Where are you? Holstery over here. It's LB Fufu. Very well. Secretly good glamours here. But I need to do I need to do hunt board stuff at all in order for them to even talk to me. I interest you in some rice wine, exceptional quality, delivered but the other day. It is MSQ, okay. Ari Shinobi and Aruga Samurai, if I may, I would answer your question with some few of mine own. If I speak of that which you know, Eugene, do not be offended. You are familiar with the situation in the lands across the Ruby Sea, the doomed rebellion after 2.5 decades of quiet? So Stoic nods. I see, and you're familiar with the ways of Hingashi, how we elect to stand apart and support no cause but our own. Indifferent and callous, some might call us, but pragmatism is essential if a humble island nation such as ours is to survive. But we are not fools. Complete isolationism is impractical, and so Kugane is open to Ijin, and we are equally hospitable to all. Or if I must speak more plainly, yes, I can help you, but if I do, I must also oblige the ones who ask after you. Are you willing to accept this fair and equitable treatment? You can let them know we were here. If anyone comes looking for us, tell them whatever you like. At least don't give a damn so you punch people. As you wish, the 2 individuals of whom you speak did indeed come here. They sought passage across the Ruby Sea. Few ships are willing to make the trip at the moment. Nevertheless, I made several introductions on their behalf. That was the extent of our interaction. I will provide you with the names of the captains if you like. Thank you. Question these captains as soon as we can. You take the first 3, I'll take the rest, and we'll meet here when they're finished. Lee says, you'll take the first 3 and I'll take the rest. The list had 3 captains on it. You son of a bitch. No, it's those other, yep, it's the other docks. Let's go to Eureka! But first we go to Pier 1 Imports. Oh wait, not those docks. Oh, you go up to the airship land? No, we can go around. It's still not a waste of time. Go there. Was that somebody just hanging out? Not too far away. I didn't know if somebody was Batmaning off the top of the ship right there. It's not a bad place for it. Up here, or is it the lower end? I think you go up here and then you go over. Well, a sort. It's Yamabiko, everybody. Hello, meticulous merchant. Passengers? No, we no longer offer that service. Too much trouble. Now we only transport goods. I told this to the samurai and sent him on his way. The women? Pah! But as women you seek, the pleasure houses have plenty. Wow, buddy. She will cut your throat hearing that. And off we go. My ankles, no. To Kurt Captain. Yes, a rugged gentleman did approach me. He wanted to charter a ship to take him across the Ruby Sea, the mad devil. I sent him away like the others before him. The woman? Nay, I know her not. Busy being a ninja. That's where they get the pipe smoking emote from that gets popped around for the rest of the game. The Hanish Spice Trader. That means he's from Rods at Hand. They all have this outfit out, and then you go to Rods at Hand, and it's India. So it's very silly, but understandable. He asked me if I've seen this Ori woman and this Rogadan samurai. The woman is unknown to me, but the man is not. He was for Doma, but I could not help him. We travel solely between here and Rods at Hand. It would be unreasonable detour. Nobody wants to go. Man, this guy is fabulously foxed. Fascinating. Yeah, also, I believe Stormblood is when Leaf Quests became solely the purview of crafters and gatherers. I think in 60 you could still do adventuring leaves. Find a fish? Let's go find a fish. Suppose we might as well head back to... Wait, I just remembered. There's someone on my list I forgot to visit. Gyodo! He's a namazu fisherman, whatever that means, and he's a regular here. Maybe we'll find him if we look around. Oh, he's upstairs. You gotta do the ring-aroundy. Here you go. Quick jump up onto the tower. I'm joking. No, I am so joking. Not in a million years. As in, I could try this for a million years and I never get to the top again. I did it once. Not ever since. No such luck. Why do you stare? You have business with me? It's a talking fish, Lise. Yes. Yes, a talking fish. How very observant of you, Ichin. You find me in good spirits, so your rudeness I will ignore this once, but only if you address me again in the proper manner. Sorry, I've never met it. Let's start again. You're Gyodo, right? My name is Lisa, and this is Viola. We're looking for some friends of ours. Vitra? Would not be surprised if he was named after an Indian mountain dragon. Says both these ones I know well. I helped them secure passage across the Ruby Sea. Let's wonder, could you do the same for us? Yes, this would not be a problem. For you, I could charter a ship this very day. The journey is fraught with much peril. The fare will not be cheap. Are you sure you can afford to pay? I didn't bring any money, but surely Chitara will let us take whatever we need from the Scion's coffers, right? Viola's like, don't you dare! We wouldn't be the only passengers, though. Could you take a moment to talk it over with our friends? Yes, yes, but hurry. Your ship must depart under cover of darkness. We shall meet again at sunset at the Tasogari Bridge. Do not forget your fare. Bring many gil, yes? Oh boy, Lise. Oh boy, Lise. This is what happens when Papa Limo isn't here. It's our fault, really. Actually, wait a minute. Would it be faster to... Yes. Now he cares about efficiency. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Nope, nope. There it is. Hello, manservant. Yourselves returned but a moment ago. You wouldn't believe some of the things you can find down in the markets. We're spoiled for choice here. Spoke with a number of merchants and captains of the southern piers. Several recognized Gosetsu and confirmed that he had been searching for a vessel to deliver him the author. None, however, made any mention of Lady Yugiri. Proper ninja. Hancock's just like, oh my god, these kids. This Kyoto came to have aided both Gosetsu and Yugiri. How fortuitous. Not the word I would have chosen. Stupid's what I call it. How could you agree to his price without making any attempt to haggle, or even confirming what it was in the first place? Yes, that too was a misstep on their part, but it's not what troubles me most. Gyoto and his brethren are not renowned for their generosity of spirit. Rather, they are disdained as scheming moneylenders, ever eager to turn a profit from others' misfortune. Everyone else we questioned stated that Gosetsu was alone. Only Gyoto claimed to have met both him and Yugiri. I suppose it's just possible that Gosetsu made inquiries by himself and only called upon Yugiri once he had found a willing captain. But it is equally possible, if not more likely, that you are being deceived. Do not forget that there are parties present in Kugane with agendas which may run contrary to your own. The Viceroy was once a spy herself, as I recall. I should be surprised if she did not have countless agents here in her employ, all eager to prove themselves to their new master. And what better way to do so than delivering her the heads of foreign insurgents? Fine, you may be right about him, but if Kyoto's working for the Empire, who's to say they didn't try the same trick on Yugiri and Gosetsu? I mean, if he did, he might know where they are, and if he succeeded, they might be in trouble. Anyway, if he holds up his end of the bargain, we'll have nothing to worry about, will he? But if he tries to betray us, I vote we take him prisoner and punch him till he tells us the truth. Could you kick him too, Lise? Alice hears violence. Her eyes immediately perk up. Char will remain here, and I shall follow three of you at a discreet distance. Once more, I must caution you to avoid physical altercations at all costs, even should Imperial agents attempt to engage you. The Sekisugumi will not hesitate to clap you in irons or cut you down. If anything untoward should happen, you are to return here at once. Is that clear? Yes, Dad. Sekisugumi are not to be trifled with. Rare is the week that I do not hear at least one tale of an Ijin being arrested under dubious pretext. Fortunately, a wealthy and well-connected ally can help resolve such matters with the minimum of fuss. Alright. Made sure to stock up on some special supplies that I thought might prove useful. Alice has them in case you're wondering. I am wondering. Alfino will keep watch from a distance, ready to provide support in the likely event that Gyoto attempts to betray us to the Imperials or whomever else. If that happen, you and Lise will subdue him, and together we will make our escape. As our actions will surely draw the attention of the Sekisugumi, we will evade them with Alfino's assistance and return here with our prisoner. Does that meet with everyone's approval? Of course, these precautions will be for naught if Kyoto does not play us for fools, but we shall see. Yes. About. Time for violence. You do hit these stretches in the MSQ that you're sort of just like, oh right, there's gameplay in this game. I plain forgot. It's a half-ass famous on Kick. Very well. I don't know why you're on Kick, but I'll be honest, Twitch is doing some shit. So maybe we won't even be on Twitch either. That's a story for another day. There would be allies nowhere to be seen. Make ready. Something smells fishy. Laugh track.
He's late.
Squeak, squeak, squeak.
Endless and most sincere apologies to you and yours, yes, yes. This way, quickly now.
All of your wind-up namazus also have the squeaky feet sound effects, which, depending on your mood, can be hilarious or annoying. But I'm glad they put it in. Time for a huddle. The ladies' huddle. We've all nodded.
Enough! Where are you taking us? Where is the ship?
The ship. So very sorry to inform you, yes, yes. Long before was it pledged to another. To me. These ones are for Doma.
I knew it couldn't be this simple.
Nothing personal, yes, yes. Just business.
Then business is about to take a turn for the worse.
Ah!
Come on, let's find a way out of here.
I do enjoy. I'll give credit to Lise where it's due. She's told you go here and they'll just kill you if you start a fight, and she's just like, I do not give a damn. I don't actually think that Alice needs our help, but we'll go through the motions. Yeah, fist kicking is the best. I trash on Lise for not being Ida, but I gotta be fair. This at this moment I was just like, oh crap, you just kicked him. You don't give a damn. I'm like, okay, that's a strong character moment. And then we gotta run from the samurai. It's the fuzz! As expected, the Sekisugumi have caught our scent. Since fighting them is out of the question, we'll have to wind our way back to the Ruby Bazaar, evading their patrols as we go. Oh no, stealth missions! They find you, use these smoke bombs to make your escape. Tataru's emergency kit. Attacking the Sekisugumi will result in failure. It's where it all started. Stealth mechanics in Final Fantasy XIV. And it will be there for the rest of the game. No! Anything but that. Oh, we're splitting up. Alright, that one. No? Why can I not? I'm trying to use a smoke bomb. There it is. Oh, you have to tell me how it works. Yes, duty. I've never actually used a duty accent before. Interesting. The sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. The sound of the beast. Yes. Whoop. Oh, come on. It's right there. Yeah. Where are we going? Yeah, we're going over there. I guess the real other people could just cheese it. Yeah. No. No. Okay, fine. Figured it out. Oh, maybe they wanted you to run a specific way? Is she hanging in there? Yep. Hello, Kojin. We're going this way. It's not actually a stealth mission. Yeah, over here, except there's a bad guy. Yeah. Come on. Go under the bridge and hang out together. We can hold hands. You were gonna bring us to the Four Lords, so you were definitely okay in my book, buddy. Yeah, later on it's like the proper stealth mission with like the turning around and the...
Stay hidden and quiet. Understood?
Yes.
Clear the road! Clear the road! You there! Kugane! We seek 4 foreigners. One, a brutish woman carrying an unconscious namazu. Have you seen them?
Brutish.
For foreigners, you say? Ah, yes! Very rude they were, making no apology as they barged past. They went that way, I think.
Many thanks, good sir. With me! They cannot have gone far.
All is well. The XXXIV will not return this way for some time, I should think. You are of the East Aldenard Trading Company, yes? Come with me. I know a safer way.
Gotta go the safer way, but you blocked me. I had a little fun. Do some smoke bombs. Pretended to be a ninja.
You are returned. And with guests, I see.
Plop.
Our meeting went about as well as expected. We've brought the namazu who thought to betray us. When he wakes up, we'll see what he knows about Yugiri and Gazetsu.
Well done, you. When I saw the XXXIV out in force, I did begin to worry, but I see my fears were misplaced.
Actually, if it weren't for Soroban, we might not have gotten away.
We never exchanged names. At least how do you know Soroban's name? Unless.
'Twas my pleasure.
Yet I must ask, Soroban, why would you deceive the XXXIV to help us, foreigners of whom you know naught?
Why, out of the kindness of my heart, is what I would like to say, but my motives are not so pure. I chanced to witness your meeting with Hancock at the tavern and saw an opportunity.
An opportunity?
Like many, I came to Kugane as a trader to make my fortune. Kojin of the Red may serve the Empire as mercenaries, but Kojin of the Blue walk a different path.
We get rich.
Regretfully, most here would rather not meet our gaze, much less do business.
Hey, CAB. Well, when the police is the Garlean Empire, yeah, you start singing some rap music, all right.
So I seek the custom of those less predisposed to dismiss us outright, namely the East Aldenard Trading Company.
Quid pro quo, is it? Well, there is no denying that we owe you a debt. What say you, Hancock? Will you consider doing business with our entrepreneurial friend here?
Rest assured, Master Soroban, that in matters of trade, the company does not discriminate. We would be honored to hear your proposal.
Yeah, the Red Kojin got hired out by the Garleans. And then the Red Kojin and the Garleans together start making a fuss out of the Confederates, and the Confederates really don't like this. But I'm getting ahead of myself.
I promise you will not regret this, good sir. Ah, yes. You sought passage across the Ruby Sea, did you not? I have a ship you can use.
You do? Well then, far be it from us to refuse. You have our deepest thanks.
You're gonna be a turtle one day. You already are a turtle. No, a bigger one.
And you mine.
4 lords. That might be on my short list. Actually, I think like all of the Stormblood extra content may be on the short list, because 70's a, well, I still think that Shadowbringers is probably the mechanic sweet spot for most classes. Well, minus Reaper, Pictomancer, and Viper, because those were made for higher levels. But like, you get Omega, you get 4 lords, you get Ivalice raids, like good content and enough of a kit that it doesn't suck. What is stuck on my chair? Stop it! Stop it! It's so good at running over cables. I wish it was an Olympic sport. I'd crush it. We cozener of the sea, we often come ashore to sell our wares and peruse your markets. It is my hope that an arrangement with the East Aldenard Trading Company will help us more quickly obtain the treasures that we seek. Reference. Actually, that's a very early plant. You're doubtless wondering why our objectively green-hued friend here refers to himself as Kojin of the Blue. The answer is quite fascinating, really. The Kojin language has many similarities with the ancient Hingan, you see. In ancient Hingan, the word for green, owl, can mean green and or blue. Though I do the word a disservice by even attempting to translate it, so steeped in meaning as it is. Why they elected to keep on calling themselves the Blue in modern times is anyone's guess. I, for one, would have much preferred Kojin of the Owl. But one theory posits that they prefer the sound of the word blue when spoken. Another is that they are physically incapable of distinguishing between the two, which would have interesting implications in their everyday lives. Hancock with the deets. Shut up, Alfino. No denying that they are Imperials. They are wearing the same uniforms as the one outside the consulate. Alice on the hunt. We'd probably avoid running around Kugane in the middle of the night with half the Seaguar stepping at her heels. Ah! Yodo should be coming around soon. Rise and shine, little fishy. I know you can hear me, so stop pretending to be asleep or I'll give you another ride on my boot. No more boot. All my secrets are yours for the taking. Tell us what you know about Yugiri and Gosetsu. Every last detail. And if I find out later that you lied to me... No more lies. The clear, unvarnished truth. You have my word. Only the samurai did I meet. Yes, yes, only him. He asked after a ship, so I provided an introduction to the Garleans. You mean you led him into a trap as you did us, because you're an Imperial spy. No, I am no spy. It was just business. Fewer ships pass through Kugane these days, and we have struggled to make ends meet. So the Garleans offered a bounty for any domans found in Kugane. Oh, my mistake. You're not a spy, but a common cutthroat. Not that I'm surprised. You need half a brain to be a spy. That's what happened to the samurai. It's a cruel, vicious tongue you have. You would not go quietly. No. Blades were drawn, men were cut down, and the Sekisugumi came. They took the samurai away. Hold on a moment. You mean to tell me the Ijin they arrested the other day was Gosetsu? Oh, had I but known, if he's in the custody of the Sekisugumi, I need only see to it that the requisite funds find their way into the right official's hands, and your friend will walk free. As it is in Ul'dah, so it is in Kugane. But given the circumstances, it seems we have no choice but to resort to morally questionable means. Alfino, you silly child. We'll make a pragmatist out of you yet. Hello, bitch. I've given you everything you have asked for, yes? Then there's no need for me to remain your prisoner? Get him. I know. Da-da. Air Treasures of the Orzia. How you doing? I didn't think to include bribes when I was calculating our budget for the trip. You're free to wait here while I speak with the relevant official, but if you would rather wait for Gosetsu outside the barracks, we can go together. I wouldn't put it past the Imperials to try something again, so mayhap it would be best if at least Viola and I joined you. But what about Gyudo? I'll keep an eye on him for the time being. We can release him after you return to Gosetsu. He'll doubtless have some choice words to say to the little fellows. Sorbonne, mayhap it would be prudent to prepare your ship for our immediate departure. Let's get out of here. Off we go! I think now that I'm in Kugane, I can do all of the samurai quests. Also because now that I'm 70. Yeah. Just right there. Any quips today? No. Let's ask that you wait here. You may be assured this will not take long. Nah, just joking you. Just joshing, guys! Continue waiting outside the barracks. Said it wouldn't take long, right? Because this feels like a bit long to me. Everything's gonna be alright. Much I hate to admit it, I share Hancock's dim view of government officials and their supposed incorruptibility. What I've gleaned to the Far East, they're probably exchanging lengthy pleasantries. There seems to be a correct way to do everything here, bribery being no exception. I say we leave them to it. Stoic nod. Oh, no stoic nod, just hanging out. Getting fussy. Getting antsy in our pantsy.
Was that? That was Gosetsu. I'm sure of it. He's in trouble.
Uh-oh.
Lise, wait! I suppose we should follow her then.
Yep, we should.
Victory to the samurai!
How many is that now? 10 in a row?
Gazetsu!
Oh, this is a surprise! What in blue blazes are you three doing here?
I could ask you the same thing. We've been looking all over for you, and then I suddenly heard you screaming.
It would seem there has been a misunderstanding. Allow me to explain.
So, in summary, you started a brawl with some off-duty Imperial soldiers and were subsequently arrested by the Sekisugumi, whom you somehow befriended and convinced to set you free if you could defeat a given number of them in single combat.
10 bouts for my freedom, aye. 'Tis but a pity you came too late to witness the last one. And with that, I'm free to go, yes?
Our word once given may not be broken, but we pray you make every effort to avoid future altercations. Circumstances notwithstanding, my lord, we are honored and grateful to have witnessed firsthand the skill of a Doma samurai.
Ah, and we had just concluded negotiations. I gather my assistance was not required.
They don't understand what's going on. Gosetsu just japed his way out of trouble. Classic Gosetsu. Hello, Shadow Derpy. Run off proper, have we? Very well. If it's not for naught, at least, our friend in the Sekisugumi is willing to consider this an investment of sorts, a payment against future misunderstandings. Now, if we go to the Ruby Sea, why is it so big? No one knows. Just apologize that you endured such trials and tribulations in search of me. There's no need for that. You had no way of knowing we would come looking for you. You were after a ship to take you to Doma, yes? It just so happens we have found a willing captain. What fortune! We would tell you about all that back at the company offices. Alfino and Tataru are waiting for us there. Ta-da! Hello again, manservant. I gave him cheeks so he wouldn't let me in. That's fair. He is the very picture of health, guys. Vile fiend, malevolent trickster, how kind the kami are to grant me vengeance so soon. But first, I demand that you return the coin you so villainously embezzled from me. You have every right to be angry, good sir. Gladly I return to you your coin, had I not been forced to repay certain gambling debts beforehand. Setting that matter aside for the moment, where is Lady Yugiri? Was she not traveling with you? For a time, aye, but we parted some while ago. The better to improve our chances of finding Lord Hien. Yeah, Gosetsu's questionable durability is something I'm going to complain about later. But as is a recurring theme with everybody who doesn't actually die in Stormblood, it turns out that the ends eventually justify the means. I just wish they didn't have to go through the means. But anyway. Arsafant, rest in peace. The proper death in this game. ask about Lord Hien. Forgive me, I've yet to explain. Lord Hien is the heir to Doma's throne and our master. He was passionate voice for the cause of Doma liberation, and when we learned of the Empire's death, it only grew louder. You seized the opportunity and rose up to reclaim your freedom, only for your hopes to be dashed when Xenos led his army onto your lands. The Crown Prince was a merciless foe. Against him and the might of the 12th, we had no chance. Once Lord Hien understood this, he bade Ugiri take to the sea with as many of our people as possible. He, however, would stand and fight, that they might have more time to escape. I remained by his side as well, and together we carried on our doomed war, and then, one day, in a fierce battle, we were separated. I knew not what became of him, only that he was beyond the Empire's reach, and that to find him I would need Ugiri's aid. The situation grows more perilous by the day for the new viceroy. Yotsuyu is a black-hearted villainess who delights in the torment of our people. Oh my god, can't wait. There is naught she would not do to further her pursuit of Lord Hien. It should please you to learn that we are come to aid the Doman Liberation Front in resuming their efforts to overthrow their imperial oppressors. Ta-da! Then allow me to join you. My inquiries here bore no fruit, hence my desire to return to Othard. Once there, I can lead you to our headquarters in Yangsha, where we shall all be reunited with Ugiri. Yep, not all. Alphino's talents would seem better applied here in Kugane, working closely with Tataru and Hancock to feed us intelligence. There's a Garland embassy just down the road, after all. I appreciate the vote of confidence. I should be glad to accompany you. Oh. The soldier in the field, so to speak? Come now, brother. A competent commander assigns his soldiers the tasks best suited to them, as you, of all people, should know. And you are so very good at espionage and intrigue. We must all serve each in our own way. Very well. Let's see, my place is here. Get out of here, kid. Fine, we have red Alphino. We don't need blue Alphino. Let me say goodbye to Hancock before I leave. Also say hi to Gyoto. They're gonna keep him here. Like the compensation given to the Sekisagumi, the company considers our aid to you and yours an investment. We look forward to establishing ties with any fledgling governments that may be formed in the aftermath of a successful revolution. And there you have it, boys. Yes. Yeah, the one that you saved from Witch Drop, who eventually also is involved in the firmament, will visit the grave. There's a whole quest line about that. That's quite touching. If you're like me and you're a complete Harshafont sap. Alright, we're going to pier number 2. Not pier 1. It's the Falcon Porter. That's a nice hat you have on. I will never wear it. Not by choice. How you doing, Gosetsu? Alphino can hold his own in a fight, but he's playing a better suited, more cerebral task. Surely I'm not alone in thinking that. Savage! We're just surrounded by savages. What is this, a prog group? Alright, off we go. Off we go. Ruby C. Ruby C. We made it! Check it out, it's the Four Lords. Was it really necessary to move it 2 inches to the left? Again, they love their maps. I don't understand it. I guess you could love it. I guess. I don't know.
I remember the water. How it turned crimson in the morning sun.
Hello, Hellskier. One day, but not for a little while.
Shimmering sea of rubies, stretching from horizon to horizon. You could almost believe it went on forever.
Particularly when the hunt mark is on the other side of the map.
But beyond that red expanse lay a land in turmoil. On the shores of Othard, our Doman brothers struggled in vain.
Ah. I'm being surrounded by rare mounts. I see you got the, what is that? Is it 15 or 20 to get the crocodile? That is one of the coolest ones. Oh no, there's dirt on the floor. Thank you for joining me in the Red Sea, my friends. Isn't level 100 warrior just stupid fun? Like unfair amounts of fun? It may be like one of the best classes in the game. It's just, it's ridiculous. There are no downsides to being a warrior. Trapped in my kitty litter. Anyway, how do you think Gosetsu? Again, you're getting your levels up there. You might actually beat me to everybody at 100. Actually, it's not true. I just need to get off my ass and get it done. Built this island as a bulwark against invasion and filled it with enough cannons to sink an armada. Yes, they did. You and Lise. Yes. We'll be tied an enemy full enough to attack by sea. Now, if the Garlands are to bring their airships, on the other hand, and they will. Goodbye, Chocobo. A wide and beautiful she is, the Ruby Sea, filled with promise and adventure and treasures. Many wonderful treasures. Oh, hang on. Today's title. Aegean Traveler. Now, still not cooler than Unbeliever. In order to reach the shores of Othard, you'll need to cross the resplendent waters you see before you. However, this is easier said than done. Set forth without making necessary preparations is to invite the Confederacy to claim your vessel and your life should you resist. This fate can be avoided by paying the Ruby Tithe, thereby earning you the blessing of the Pirate Lords. So let's go and greet them. Our destination is the isle to the west. Doesn't look very far to me. Viola, why don't we jump in and swim for it? I've had my fill of boats. We're going to do swimming. We're going to learn that we can swim now. We can do water things. Hang on a moment. I believe we can also do... What? Hang on a minute. What the hell is it called? No. Oh. There it is. A water float. Yes. Beautiful. When I was a kid, I swam a lot more, and I loved doing this specifically. So when I did it in game for the first time, it was nostalgic in a weird way. It was also amusing because I was a Dark Knight and floating on the water in full-ass armor. But we get it. Don't think about those things. Also, what's fun is that you get a proper full stroke if you do a sprint in water. Warrior of Light, gonna just kill it on the 100-meter freestyle. Oh, are you an A rank? Sure as shit are, aren't you? Yeah, I'm staying away from you. No, thank you. Not that I have anything against the occasional dip in the ocean, but to dive in on a whim is I always say, about to learn something about the Warrior of Light. Spirit, you two have the delight in the simple joy so readily. Call to draw. We got to go to Tansui. Hello, Confederate sentry. They have the sick bomb motif on their shirts and stuff. Say what you want about the Confederates. They've got good outfits. Yeah, I haven't swam in shit. When was the last time I swam? Like proper swimming. And as it is, like every time we do anything that involves swimming, I'm like, where the hell's my bathing suit? I have to go dig it out of storage, and it's like, oh man, this is like moldy. I have to wash this because it's not been worn in years. God, when did I last do anything with swimming? I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I should just drop myself in the river. Well, maybe not now. I'd freeze to death. It'd be bad. It's Tansui. Honorable and esteemed Viola Cheshire, I am Tansui, a humble mate who serves the pleasure of the Confederacy's captain. As you're in the company of the Shellback, I presume we have business to discuss. Slightly racist, but continue. We have to pay the ruby tithe, yes. With your gil, perhaps, it is just as well. Foreign currencies are in demand these days. I would pay for their passage. The sum meet your satisfaction. He has been quite tempestuous as of late. I cannot say with confidence that you would reach your destination safely unless you tripled it. Take me for a fool? I know the price, as do all. Alas, we live in interesting times. As you came from Kugane, I should think I need not tell you that. Shadow of the war looms. The wise and the cautious shirk our waters in their custom, and the foolhardy sharpen their knives in anticipation. Meaning? Bastards are at it again. Propinson, your comments strike me as a worthwhile investment. I would not hear men name me a cat before Koban, so I shall consider their tithe paid, not for what they have done, but what I expect they will do. Not sure what to make of that, man, but at least the manner of our tithe is settled for now. See any other pirate you're talking about? Maybe we ought to go have a look. We're gonna give them so many tithes. We're gonna give them so many tithes, it's gonna add up to 100%. That's a word joke. It's also not that good, but I'm sticking by it. Oh shit, hang on. Ah, I almost forgot! The best thing in the world! It's been an hour and a half since I did anything involving a zone. Could be forgiven. Forgetting my dearly beloved Aether Currents. Yes. Oh, what's going on with that lighting effect? Bleeding through the... Interesting. Sniff the green fart clouds. They're mine! You can't have them! That one's 900 yalms to the north. I guess you can have that one. I'm not going to get there yet. Let's go, Midgard armor. gonna be jealous of the green fart clouds I can't have yet. Don't start, nothing won't be nothing. They know the rules. That map reveal XP. Delicious. We are surveying. Ooh, found a cutscene. The red Kugane. Those bastards. Check out that Warrior of Light butt.
Gentlemen, I'm told you are most unreceptive to my associate's requests. I realize you do not look kindly on the Confederacy and her ways, but if you refuse to pay the ruby tithe, your safety in these waters cannot be assured.
Spare me your concern, pirate. Your feeble attempts at extortion will not work on us. You remain at large because we allow it. Because you are such insignificant little pests that we see no need to swat you. But if you wish to risk the ire of the Viceroy, by all means, fire upon an Imperial vessel. Give us a reason to bring the full might of the Garlean Empire to bear against your pathetic fleet.
Bastards!
Not fighting yet.
Gentlemen, surely the fact that you have such limitless resources at your disposal gives you all the more reason to spare some few coins for the less fortunate.
All talk, just as I thought. Come, let us away. I have no time for this rubbish.
You have time for Heaven on High right behind you? I did not see your minion, by the way. Or it didn't process it. Man, I gotta finish Heaven on High. No, I don't. I don't have to do that shit to myself. List of things that I claim I'm going to do but never will. I got far though. 68?
We're all the same to them, aren't we? Savages to be ruled or slaughtered.
They've always balked at paying the ruby tithe, but they were never so eager to pick a fight. The problem, you see, is that many of my comrades in the Confederacy are of Doman descent. And the acting Viceroy, well, she's none too fond of Domans, to say the least. If we take any action to hinder the safe passage of an Imperial vessel, she'll accuse us of attempting to foment rebellion and brand us enemies of the Empire, which we can ill afford to be. Like the man said, we're all talk.
And where did the Kugane stand in all this?
With the winning side, of course. They're mercenaries to a fault, eager to offer their services without coercion. The Shellback could tell you more, though something tells me he would rather not.
He's run off.
I don't understand. If the Garleans are causing the Confederacy this much trouble, and if so many of you are Doman to begin with, why aren't you willing to fight back?
Get him, Elise.
Spoken like a true friend of the Doman Liberation Front. If you're planning to rouse us with noble words and grand promises, don't bother. We all know what the Imperial Army can do. Compared to them, we're boys with boats. Besides, what ties a man may once have held to his home are forsaken upon joining the Confederacy. We look out for none but our own.
At least say pulling the leash. No!
Be that as it may, our livelihood is under threat. And the captain will need to decide soon whether we're to go down in a blaze of glory, or bow and scrape for crumbs from the Emperor's table. All while our friend the Viceroy continues her purge of Doma's radical elements. I believe she's holding court in one of the fishing villages even as we speak.
That she-devil! Her perfidy knows no bounds! She must be stopped! Come, let us find Soroban and put to sea at once!
Oh, is that the little green thing with the water droplet on its leaf?
Tell the others that these ones have paid. We all have places to be.
That's a fun minion. Very well. Use gratuity and run away. Carry on. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Oroban cannot have gone far. But now I think about it, it is a passing strange that he left without warning. Mayhap he did not wish to be seen by his Kogin brethren. I doubt he thought to leave us behind, but nevertheless, it may be prudent to return to his ship. And we go all across. I think we're gonna be going to what the hell's the name of it? Ankoro is the Confederacy one. It's not Tortuga, it's a different set of pirates. We may be going to the Kojins next. Need a frickin' aetherite. I can just go there myself, I guess. If I run out of time in the stream, I'll probably end up doing that. I'll just run over to the aetherite and grab it. Damn it. There it is. Hi, Soroban. Oh, anything quirky? Thousand pardons. You may have guessed I was reluctant to be seen in your company by my red brothers. Ours is a complex relationship. I pray you do not misinterpret their actions as a reflection of our allegiances as a whole. You understand? Kami be praised. Too often are the shellless quick to judge all Kojin for the deeds of one. Now that our business with Tansui is concluded, we can traverse the Ruby Sea without fear! Yeah, we're just gonna go right over there. Oh no, we're gonna go to Anakoro first. Maybe. So return to the ship and prepare for our departure. If you have any remaining business to conduct with these pirates, I pray you do so now. Viola, would you so kind as to inform the Confederates of our plans? The more they know of our movements, the less we are to be mistaken for another vessel by their comrades. Do I have it? Yes, I have at least one set of business. Anybody else? Yeah, I haven't got anyone else yet. Hello, buddy. You know the Ruby Price, the fortress in the middle of the Ruby Sea, from which the Bakufu soldiers survey the surrounding waters. The other day, we found one of their men stowed away on a ship we confiscated. With a bit of coaxing, he eventually confessed to doing some underhanded trading, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Go over there. We need to pay the tithe. On the other hand, if you were to peruse our wares and find anything to your liking, we should be glad to sell it to you for a fair price. Merchant Mender is over there. I don't think we need anything. Come on, make our summer. We don't care about stairs. Crap. Spoken with the Confederates up above. Ready to depart when you do so at any time. All aboard. The Viceroy is holding court in one of the fishing villages, did he not? Should he sorry chance to be the village in question, we should instantly find ourselves surrounded by Imperial soldiers. I think it's safer to come ashore some distance away. Now there's thinking with your brain. We are legit taking a long way around. Come on. Fine. Well, this is all good because we get to meet somebody. Solve your bearings. I know it can be difficult once you're on the water. Come on, Soroban. Time to meet her. Fill the terms of our agreement. My deepest thanks. Truly, we are blessed to have befriended such a clever and industrious merchant. I know not where your path may lead, but I wish you the very best and hope that we shall meet again. This is the classic. Hang on. This is the classic MMO and sort of video games as a whole scaling. Like, unless you're doing Baldur's Gate 3, you're not going to have things at the scale that they typically are. WoW sort of did this in like almost like an amusement park caricature kind of way, that a lot of the towns and the landscapes are sort of exaggerated. And so everybody's talking about like, oh yes, our fair nation, and then their fair nation's just like 2 towns and 30 people. But it's sort of just like if you actually had a fair nation with thousands upon thousands of people, and you know the actual size of things was big, it's unmanageable. So the side effect is that like every single fishing village in Doma is in fact the same place with the same people. I'm also amused by it, but I think the alternative would just be bad. The other thing, though, it is we do have one thing in our favor: the element of surprise. Unlike in Garabania, the Imperials don't know that we're here. Admittedly, that may be our only advantage, considering how few of us there are. I expect that the Doman Liberation Front will even up the odds a bit. Before all that, we need to see if this fishing village Tensui was talking about. There will be ceruleum on the breeze. Oh. Warrior of Light doesn't like that.
Even accounting for the rebellion, such indiscriminate shows of force seem pointlessly excessive.
If only you knew how commonplace such scenes have become. Are we too late?
Over there, someone's coming.
It's Grindelwald! And her.
It is she, sworn enemy of Doma, of my master. The traitor who sold her homeland to the Garleans. Yotsuyu.
The Viceroy herself. And look behind her. Isn't that...
Step on me, please. Oh, we're getting there. Probably going to be next stream. Will it be next stream? Good news. Good news. There's going to be stepping. And it's going to be painful looking. And then there's going to be some of the most shameless and mustache twirling monologues in existence. Ah! And they're gonna go back to Garabania, and I'm just gonna be sad. Which is not Fordola's fault. Fordola did nothing wrong. She's doing her best. This Garabania is just too big and it's too brown. Anyway.
Filth and squalor everywhere I look. How very dull. What I wouldn't do for a drink. Come now. You've no reason to look so afraid. You have lived through a quarter of a century of Garlean rule, remember? 'Tis better to bend with the wind than stand tall and be broken. Therein lies hope. Therein lies freedom. I come before you today seeking affirmation. A heartfelt declaration. You're free to answer me as you see fit, yet even the least among you should know the correct response. Should.
Oh.
A resident of your village, one of your neighbors, mayhap your friend, was detained by the Kugane this morning. They say he was attempting to flee to Kugane, but we both know that simply isn't true, don't we? Have you anything to say? Bit slow, this one. Is there anyone more sensible among you? Have any of you anything to say? To swear?
My lady, I swear to serve the Empire, to do whatever is asked of me, and never disobey.
Well said, that man. Of course, it wouldn't do to simply take you at your word. Kill him. Surely you can do that much. He must be guilty of something or other, or he wouldn't have attempted to flee the Empire.
God, just 0 to crazy in absolutely no time. Ah, they just don't make them like this anymore.
I have a family. Kami, forgive me. Kami, forgive me.
Very, very good. I've always had a soft spot for men like you. Next, I want you to shoot those two over there. Too old to work, you understand. A burden on the Empire. We can't have that.
But they're my parents. You can't expect me to...
Welcome to Yangsha, everybody. So we have the let's be smart about this and the let's be stupid about this. We're gonna be stupid.
Stop and think for a moment. If you go charging in now, every one of those villagers is as good as dead.
You know it's a problem when Alice is the one talking reason into us to not fight things.
We must consider the wider picture. If we act recklessly, we risk alerting the Garleans to our presence here, making it that much harder for us to work with the local rebels, to say nothing of the reprisals ordinary civilians would be made to suffer.
Open your eyes, girl. They are already suffering. Let me go. I am putting an end to this madness. I will approach the village alone and identify myself as a former leader of the rebellion and a known fugitive. They will wish to detain me until they are certain they have learned all I know. Use this time to make your plans.
You saw what those monsters did to the villagers. Who knows what they'll do to you, assuming they don't kill you where you stand?
We live and die at the pleasure of the kami. My fate is in their hands and no others. If it be of any comfort, I am no stranger to chains.
You can't expect us to stand idly by as a comrade goes marching off to his death. And this is nothing like Kugane.
Nor is it like the Reach, Lise, or the Wall. Let him go. Hold out for as long as you can, but remember, noble sacrifices are to remain an absolute last resort. I wish I could say it won't come to that, but only the gods know how we're going to get you and the others out in one piece. A miracle, perchance.
A great tower stands to the north and east. Look to its occupants for aid and succor. Together, you may yet find your miracle. Now, leave this place. I must go.
Oh. Another idiot like all the rest. I'm beginning to think it may be something fundamental. Something intrinsic. Something quintessentially Doman to ignore the simple truth. You can't do a damn thing if you're dead.
Enough, Yotsuyu!
Well now, this is a surprise.
Hear me, Yotsuyu! Cease this farce, here and now, and I shall surrender myself to you. Refuse, and all shall answer to my blade.
Bring him to the tavern.
Rated T for smoking. I think it's called use of tobacco, I think it specifically is. Anyway. That's your opening volley into what Doma has to offer. Man. Hated as much as you, maybe even more. Every fiber of my being was crying out to intervene, but what's done is done. Gosetsu's gamble has given us the time we need to find a solution. He bade us seek aid at the distant tower. For want of a better idea, I say we do just that, while taking care to avoid the Imperials. Yes. We are just swimming there? Yes. That's why they had us. That's why they had us swim before, because otherwise, just like, why would you go through the water? It's like, well, you can swim now, and now you have to swim again. Like, fetch faster. Yes, Olympic freestyle. Tanamizu, that's the name of the damn place. Oh, Tamamizu. Whatever the hell. So bad with names. Ah, yes. The pockets of places underwater. Oh, Mark's like hiding there. Anyway, I'm gonna swim over to this. You're bad with names? Yeah, I know, Snooty. I know. I am simply an amateur at being bad with names. I'm I do it for fun. Yeah, they probably wouldn't stop you from just running around. You could probably like walk right up to the doors of the tavern itself, and they're not going to do anything. You do it because you're you. Look, I'm just my skills in being bad with names are just it's just not refined. I've not put the time in. Oop, sorry about that, Migros Armor. Didn't mean to upskirt you. I was just looking up at heaven on high. And man, is it high. Who's doing it today? What is the normal name? Oh, are you leveling with it? They're leveling with it, cheeky sods. Evidently doing deep dungeons is a leveling trick. I think I did it for a little while. Not extensively. Get me out. Oh, that's right. Think beautiful. Beautiful. Anyway. So, welcome to Ruby C. We're gonna deal with all this beautiful, beautiful story. I think for starters, we deal with the Imperials, we deal with the Kojin. We will get our stomping cutscene maybe next week, actually. Trying to think if we see what. Hang on a minute. Nope, not that. Not that. 62. Susano is 63, so we're pretty close. My apprentice, you do not practice. You just don't think that the mind rot came out of your mouth. There is not having a filter as well. That is another power. But anyway, this is a good stopping point as any. Before things get crazy, we got our nice Yotsuyu hit. So, alrighty, we'll cut it there. Thanks everybody for coming out. I got a message from Twitch today that they're apparently going to be drastically limiting your ability to store highlights in replays on Twitch, which is a disastrous idea. But it basically means that I have to go through and delete like 90% of the videos I have, or Twitch will delete them for me, which, well, that's their choice. I don't know if I want to go over to YouTube over this, but up until now, I really haven't given a damn where I stream. And now I actually might have to. It's a pain in the ass. But I'm not going to do anything for now. Yeah, Snooty, that's sort of like what it's going to come to. Also, there's the realization that I kind of save videos for other people. It's rare that there's a video that I want to keep for myself, and typically it's just like stupid little clips of either me being stupid or like me killing the last 5% of something on a tank. And then everything else, I kind of don't care, I guess. It's just annoying that something that shouldn't matter, they're making a deal out of. So I'm just kind of huffy about it, because like I heard about this literally 5 minutes before I turned the stream on. But what it may end up being that I spin up a YouTube channel and I put sort of a greatest hits over on YouTube to save them. But then I get into sort of a larger discussion with myself versus if you have to just drag your videos over to YouTube anyway, just, you know, do you put them on YouTube to begin with? Am I just going to be more picky and choosy about what I do videos? It's a question I didn't have to care about, and now I have to care about it. I'm just huffy about it. But in any case, I guess where this matters for you, my dearest viewers, thank you for watching and for continuing to support my little my little silly nonsense on a online platform is, if there is some video or stream or something that you would prefer I keep onto, that's useful information for me, because then I won't rip it out. And if you don't care, then just do nothing, and it's fine. Again, I barely watch my own video. I'm actually really horrible at this whole streaming thing. But anyway. I have to process this information and decide how much I care and what to do about it. But what I know I have to do is spend a chunk of time going through all the videos I have and setting fire to most of them. For no other reason than to make sure that they don't set fire to the whatever few scraps that I actually care about. So, thanks for that, YouTube. It's been real. Or thanks for that, Twitch. It's been real. I might go to YouTube. Again, I'm probably not gonna. It's just a hassle. And I got my emotes going on here, and I've got my Pet Blythe achievement. There's good stuff going on over here. YouTube probably has something like that. I just don't know. I think I'll figure it out. Making work for me. God, I'm just a neurotic little twerp on a loser on the internet. Whatever. You get it, guys. Whatever. I'll see you Saturday. Thanks again for hanging out. Enjoying the Stormblood MSQ. And until next time. Oh, nope. That button, please.